Thank you. John Cook, page 912.
Good morning, Mayor.
Morning.
I read the instructions around submissions as to what the objective of my being here this morning should be, and it was to provide you with an opinion. That was number one, for you to have written material and to listen, and thirdly, to go away, cogitate, and come back with a well thought through response. So on that basis, I'd like to give you the opportunity to ask my opinion, but before I do that, I'd just like to tell you my role that I have had for the last 40 years in the New Brighton area and surrounding suburb. And I've been witness to the dissolution of a thriving community, the commercial hub, into a somewhat derelict and unkept precinct, and its less savoury social consequences. My role as general practitioner for the medical services in the area is to connect people to the appropriate services at all levels, whether it's a connection to a food bank, to an appropriate hospital or secondary service, a connection to social workers, a connection to WINS, or sadly to an undertaker. This is my role. So connectivity and the ability to connect to a rewarding experience or solution is incredibly important for the support of self-esteem and the maintenance of mental and physical well-being. This especially applies to our youth, and the development of any socially acceptable and sports-based activity is to be encouraged. And it's on this basis that I strongly support the allotment of the funding from the draft plan into the annual plan. In saying this, I'm also acutely aware of the increasing need to maintain connectivity for our older population in activities which encourage maintenance of family contact, peer contact, increased mobility and fitness. There is no doubt that maintaining connectivity improves the quality of life and decreases the dependency on supportive activity by allied health care professionals and the state. In my discussions with individual councillors, I am heartened by the positivity and the understanding of the requirements of our city to have a uniqueness, to provide a cosmopolitan element to the city itself. This enriches the experience for not only those people who are domiciled in this city, but also those people who visit as tourists. This value recognises and improves the economic functionality of individual suburbs, and the flow-on effect to the people within those individual areas is in itself reinforcing and rewarding. Those of us who work in the area of health care and disease management in poorer suburbs are very aware of the social consequences of poverty, and that the addition of this pool complex to the New Brighton area can only be regarded as an extremely positive outcome for this very earthquake damaged zone. The Legacy project, combined with the exciting developments that the Christchurch City Council has proposed and is in the process of endorsing in conjunction with DCL, is very uplifting for our area. We look forward to the rapid development of our suburb that includes walkways, promenade walk, cycleways linking through the Sumner Ferrymead and the Otakaro Vision, linked play and adventure playgrounds for children on the spit with sheltered picnic areas, barbecues and washroom facilities, maybe an aerodrome for model aircraft, maybe a model yacht lake, who knows. This is what we need to enthuse our rangatahi in outdoor activities. Well done, and thank you, councillors. I thank you for this opportunity to convey my overall understanding of the area in which my wife Sally and I have lived for 45, 50 years, and our family have resided for over 100 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, you just came to the dot of 5 minutes, so that was perfectly timed. I know Glenn's going to tell me.
No, I wonder, could you ask a question? I mean, I could ask one, but I mean, you know the area.
Well, it's really the question I was asking before, because depopulation is an issue. In terms of providing services in an area like New Brighton, it is, you know, the damage hasn't just been done by the earthquakes itself, not the physical damage. The people damage has been done by what's happened after the earthquakes. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I guess that I'm still looking for different ways that we can, because I just know that some of the thinking that's going on is how do we get more people living in the area, different ways of living in the area, and exciting different opportunities in the area. I mean, I remember standing at the end of that, well, the one-way, you know, the road, the slow road. I remember standing there at the opening of the slow road and saying, if anyone thinks this is the end of a project that will revitalise New Brighton, I think it was called back then they're dreaming, because it's what happens in the area that matters, and a piece of hardware infrastructure on a road ain't going to solve the problem. Everyone thought that the problem should be solved from the other end, working back, but have we got it right this time, that we start at the beach and connect to the central core of New Brighton?
It would be nice to think that we can provide warm, new, affordable homes in the area, and there is land in the area which we could address as leading to a new part of the suburb. To buy an old batch and knock it over and put up a warm home actually is beyond most people, sadly.
I'm also thinking that the red zone, even on the other side of Pages Road, you know, over the bridge, elements of that could be used to trial new ways of building homes that are light on the land, that enable people perhaps to get into their own home, but not necessarily own the land. You know, I mean, I think that we should be open to maybe thinking about different ways of living. And wouldn't New Brighton be the best place to trial something like that?
I think you'd find a fair bit of enthusiasm amongst the New Brighton folks to explore exciting and new options.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated. Viv